suddenly my evenings are free. And so I started, going out in the community and trying to figure out what was really happening in places like the Mission District, Bayview Hunters Point, Richmond, California, Oakland, East Oakland, deep East Oakland. And what I saw, having grown up in a sheltered kind of Christian small town, shocked me. I've gone to way more funerals than graduations. We do our work, as I said before, in neighborhoods where you cannot show a 3-year-old child balloons or flowers because they will think it's another funeral or another sidewalk memorial and they'll start crying, okay? We do our work in neighborhoods where kids are pushed into classrooms, 32, 33 kids in a classroom, 6 books, 1 teacher, no chalk, no toilet paper. But if they get into a push and shove in the classroom, they don't go to the principal's office. They go to the precinct in handcuffs. It's called a strike. And the computers in the police car are better than the computers in the classroom they just left, if they have computers. This is the kind of situation that we're dealing with. I started trying to help kids in trouble get out of trouble, trying to get kids out of jail and into jobs. I would stand outside in long lines with moms and grandmas going to see their children in prison and seeing them come out in tears. The kid's got another tattoo, another scar, more closed down. It turned out I had moved from the South to California, thinking I was going to a liberal Mecca, and yet where I was really Calabama, because we were spending more money in California on prisons than on all of our 4-year colleges and universities combined. More money is spent in California on prisons than all of our 4-year colleges and universities combined. I need you to know that. Mostly black, brown, and poor people, mostly nonviolent drug offenses, like some of the nonviolent drug offenders we have in here. I ain't gonna ask you what you did last night, but I'm just saying, we got a lot of nonviolent drug offenses happening in this country, but a lot of these kids are going to prison. You need to know that. And I came to a place of burnout in my own life. I had to go and get some healing. And when I went to get that healing, I discovered that there were some beautiful things happening in this country. And one of the beautiful things was this new green movement that you're a part of. I went to a place called Marin County. I don't know if anybody ever been there. Anybody been to Marin County? All right, if you haven't been there, if you're coming from Oakland and you drive 30 minutes to Marin County, it's a shocking experience. First of all, everybody is happy. They're happy, and they have solar panels, and they eat organic food. This stuff called tofu. And they have these tubular weapons they walk around with. I'm like, what is that weapon that you have with you? It's my yoga mat, man. So it was a little bit of a culture shock, But I was going to retreat centers and stuff. You can't tell people in Oakland you're going to a spirituality retreat. You don't say that. I'm going to a spirituality retreat. I'm going to the Raiders game. I'll be back in 3 days. So, but I got healing. And I saw something beautiful. And I said, here are people who understand that we don't have any throwaway species. We don't have any throwaway resources. I said to myself, they're right. We don't have any throwaway species. We don't have any throwaway resources. And we don't have any throwaway children either. Mm-hmm. It's all precious. And what if we could join forces? What if we could bring the best of Oakland with all our creativity and all our passion and all our pain and all our hope together with the best of Marin County? What if we could have green jobs and not jails for the future for our young people? What if we could build a green economy in the Bay Area that was strong enough to lift people out of poverty? What if we could fight pollution and poverty at the same time? What if the solar industry that's moving forward, the organic industry that's moving forward, the wind, green construction, what if we saw those as green pathways out of poverty? What if we turned to our young people and said, we're going to give you the tools and the training and the technology so you can go out and retrofit a nation, retrofit, reboot, and re-energize America. Rather than you being seen, as my sister said, as the problem, we're going to see you as the problem solver. We're going to give you that opportunity to rescue and redeem this country. What if instead of spending all the money on prisons and throwing young people away, we took that money and we reallocated it and let those very same young people that we were willing to throw in the garbage can be the people to pull this country out of the garbage can, to help this country go from being the world leader in pollution, the world leader in environmental pollution, to the world leader in environmental solutions, practical, applied, done in the real world. What if we had new icons for the environmental movement? Let's keep the hybrid cars. We love them. Can't afford one, but I love it. I see them going down the street. I'm like, you go. You know? What if we keep the hybrid cars, keep the solar panels, keep the tofu, keep the polar bears. Love the polar bears. Ain't gonna hug one, not hugging no polar bear, but I love them. What if we keep all those icons and then add a couple? Yeah. What if we add some working folks in America? With green hard hats on, getting up in the morning with a tool belt and lunch bucket, going out there to fix America. What if that becomes the new icon too? What if we see that young African-American man or that young Latina woman, let them be the icon as they're making a community garden and taking healthy food out of the ground to their grandmama? What if when you think about environmentalism, you think about somebody putting solar panels on low-income people's houses and bringing their energy bill down so they have a little bit more money to make it, and maybe you can close those power plants that are right across the street that are giving those children asthma. What if the environmental movement meant we're going to take that asthma inhaler out of your daughter's pocket so she can run and play? We have children in Oakland who never run to play, not because they're scared of the bullets. They're scared of what happens to their lungs when they run. They can't tell the difference between being winded and having an asthma attack, so they just sit down. And then we worry about the obesity. You see, these things are connected. What if that's what the environmental movement was? And so I got excited. I got happy. And and then I found out about Majora Carter. And I lost my mind. And I reached out to her and her husband James and I said, look, we went to our city council in Oakland. We told them that we had this dream, and they looked at us with utter blank stares. Yeah. They didn't get it. So we had to work for a couple of years. And my brother here knows more about politics than anybody in this room, but trying to get something done in Oakland, Ira Magaziner. Our city council, brother, has 10 organized factions and only 8 members, okay? So it's tough.
I've been there.
It's tough, man, because 2 of our members, anyway, it's tough. But we kept working and we said, what if we took our children who are standing in the back of the line for the last century's pollution-based jobs, they're leaving the country anyway, and put them in the front of the line for the new clean and green jobs? What if we had a green jobs corps to begin these training processes? And after 2 years, we got 100% unanimous agreement from our city council. This is the way we want to go. So we were doing that. Majora was doing what she was doing. We said, let's join forces. And in joining forces, we created something called Green for All. And we've gone all over the country. And we're talking to people in Philadelphia, Newark, Detroit, Milwaukee, Cincinnati, Kansas City, all the struggling cities where people are losing hope. And we're saying this could be our hope. And I'm telling you right now, between October and January of this past year, I talked to 30,000 people. Not on TV, not the radio, just like this. 30,000 people, 500 here, 1,000 here. 30,000 people, every color under the sun. Low-income people, people living in the South. They want to be a part of this. They want to be a part of it. They need to get something out of it to help them right now. But they love this world too. They love this earth too. They think about their grandchildren too. But they're also thinking about what's going to happen to them on Tuesday. If this movement can be a movement that's about 100 years and a movement that's about Tuesday night, we're going to get somewhere.